Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies for Nerds New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Kiss Me I'm Irish, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Pimpbot 3000.
There we go. I think you stole that from me, but that's okay. Yeah, we're back with another episode. And Eli, how's your weekend? What week been going?
Just dandy, I guess.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the first, because I think things are starting to open back up again. So I think it's the first time everybody actually got a chance to go to St. Patrick's Day. So that's a good thing that they had St. Patrick's Day parades going on. They've been missed for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I just sat at home. I used to work at a bar that hosted a St. Patty's Day thing, right on the parade route. So I'm tired of that shit.
Just burnt that from it. That's cool. But
I've been molested by old ladies and kissed by people. So many. Yeah, I seen drunk white people dance to Brick House. It's
so you get triggered seeing stuff like that.
It's sad. Yeah, I get
it. Now, like I said, I know it's people get upset when other cultures celebrate other cultures. Like I'm black and people get upset. Why you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? You won't celebrate Juneteenth. I'm like, what the fuck? They got to do with anything, But I will say this, Eli: if you do see somebody that looks like me at a St. Patrick's Day Finian's pub with green beer in his hand, it ain't me. It's my evil twin. Yeah. So I don't want to say about that.
And for the record, I don't think Ireland actually celebrates it. I think it's an American thing.
Oh, it's commercialized like Valentine's Day or some shit.
Yeah. So you're American. Are you an American? You speak English? Well, there you go.
There you go. Okay. So now I feel better when I do it when I have a green beer in my hand now. So yeah, it was me. Take that. Anyway, other stuff happened this weekend. This is like a holiday week. Okay, so we had 3/17. We have St. Patrick's Day. 3/16 for people to celebrate wrestling. Steve Austin. 3/14 Pi Day, and 3/10 Mario Day. Now,
why is it Mario
Day? Because it's 3/10 March 3/10 Mario.
Sorry.
Get it? Okay.
No, sorry.
That killed in the other group, Eli. That killed in the other group. And I feel like killed with War Machine thing. Anyway, what are we talking about? So anyway, we're past that. Let's move on to the side. I just want to lighten the mood before we get into the other stuff. I want to say rest in peace to
MR. I get it.
McFly.
Eureka.
The light bulb just popped off here. I just saw it right there. So I want to say rest in peace to Sky Hall, aka Race Ramon. I'll be honest with you, I am not the biggest wrestling fan. I know he was a wrestler. I know he was a big deal. That's all I know. Eli, you wonder.
Same here. I'm not that hugely been to wrestling, but I do know who he is.
Yeah.
And all my wrestling fan buddies are all.
I know at the time he was a big deal. I know that. I know he was a big deal. So,
and a lot of my friends who are well, I'm from Minnesota is like a big. I guess this is where Hulk Hogan was from. There's like a lot of pro wrestlers that were from Minnesota, and there was a lot of wrestling camps here and shit. So it's huge around here. But
I'm from the South, so it's like a religion down here.
Yeah, and so once I got out of grade school, I just wasn't into wrestling as much. Like pro wrestling.
Yeah. I will say this: he did have like a large and light personality. That's the thing I noticed in wrestling now, that a lot of new wrestlers don't have like these large and light personalities. They don't have that charisma like Macho Man Randy Savage. Hey, freak show! I got you for 3 minutes. He had that. He had like personality, like a persona, screen persona. So when he talked, he did catch your attention. Like The Rock, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was that whole era.
Yeah,
these guys
Roddy
now.
Piper
These guys are like The Miz. I don't give a fuck. Love hate, but yeah, he got it. So rest in peace to Sky Hall. That's really all I got to add about that. I mean, I think he was kind of cheap on that Nintendo 64 game I had, but other than that, that's about it. Gabe, what you got for me? Let's see. He popularized. Say hi to the guy. Did he do it or did Al Pacino do it in Scarface? Yeah. I mean, his whole thing just seemed like he was just doing Scarface, which nothing wrong with that, but that's just what I got from it. But still, Yeah. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about something else, Eli. We're gonna talk about before we actually get to the trivia. There's a trivia because I went and saw the Batman again.
Oh no shit! I haven't
Now,
been able to get to it again.
yeah, honestly, I actually liked it better the second time because you kind of knew what was going on. You kind of pick up the clues, stuff like that. So it's stuff you notice that you didn't notice the first time. And I kind of like that. But there's some trivia that's been going around because I kind of noticed when the Waynes actually died in the movie. So they said that the Waynes died 20 years to go to the day of when the movie was going on. Now we know the movie took place the week of Halloween. So if that means the movie took place the week of Halloween, what movie did Bruce Wayne go to the night of Crime Alley? Now I actually got a list of movies here. Let's see if I can go here. So these were the movies playing the week of Halloween, let's say 2021. I don't know if you can see it. Everybody else, if you can see it, that's it. So Eli, the movie that he might have saw, what movie do you think Bruce Wayne saw the night his parents died that inspired him to become Batman? Because according to, classic lore, he saw Zorro. Zorro made him become Batman. So out of these movies, which one did he see?
Moulin Rouge?
You can jump in also.
Moulin Rouge? I don't know.
Moulin Rouge. I mean, I'm gonna say. Now, I did a poll in another group, and Shrek was the number one movie. They said Shrek was the one he saw.
Well, he would have been. Also, how old is he in a movie? Is he in his early 20s or something?
Something like that.
Because he's only been Batman for like 2 years. So he's only been Batman
2 years. But
early mid-20s. So
right, but the Waynes died in 2001.
Yeah.
According to what the movie is saying. So I'm gonna go with the Fast and the Furious. I think he definitely was inspired by Vin Diesel. Look at the Batmobile.
Yeah.
That's just me. Yeah. So
that's what I think. The last castle? Is that what it says? I don't even know what that is.
The last castle. That was that the guy from Soprano, his movie.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one? Oh,
no, I don't.
you had to be there. All right, so we can go on to the next one now. Like I said, we saw a TV show, and I think, Eli, we're the only people that saw this TV show because nobody else is talking about it. But we're going to talk about it anyway. The TV show we saw actually dropped on HBO Max this week, and it was DMZ. Now, the reason we're talking about DMZ because DMZ is actually based on a comic. Eli, I kind of let you take over from there. What do you know? Because honestly, I've never heard of this comic before you said anything about it.
Yeah, it was I think it was it on Vertigo or was it on Image? It was an indie comic.
No, it's DC, so it had.
Was it? Oh, it was DC. Okay, yeah, because it was
DC. Yeah,
he was wearing a Batman shirt or a bat. Mm-hmm. He was in a Batman costume. Not that Batman's in this, but
right. Everybody, yeah. What? Let me go see this.
Yeah.
Knowing DC, they'll find a way to stick him in there.
Yeah. No, it was a comic indie, or was it on Vertigo? Maybe. Yeah.
I think it was a Vertigo comic. Yeah, I think
it's been a while. I only read a few issues. I didn't stick with it. I know it went on a while. I know there's like multiple trades. So, yeah, well, basically it's about, there's like in the near distant future, there's like there's been a civil war. The country's been divided in half and different, New America and the old states or whatever. But Manhattan Island is the demilitarized zone, the DMZ. And that's sort of like there's been like a ceasefire. And so it's basically about that Manhattan Island and what's been going on there during this Civil War. And in the comic, what I've read, it was like a reporter. He's like a journalist. He crash lands on Manhattan Island, and then he's basically hooks up with all the different people there, like finding out how all the gangs and how people are getting on, living by themselves on this island. All these groups of people, everybody who never got out of Manhattan Island before the war hit or the evacuation, never evacuated, and he teams up he meets Z, Rosario Dawson's character. He meets up with her. She's a doctor, but it's mainly told through, from what I read, the few issues that I read, it was mainly I can't remember his name. But it's through his eyes. We're seeing the world through his eyes, this journalist. And he's like, writing these articles and because, the rest of the country have no idea what's going on. They think it's just this no man's land fucked up, you know, super ghetto where people are just ripping each other apart. And it basically turns out that people are actually getting along quite fine. You know, they do have their different areas they stick to. Yes, there's a lot of crime and looting and stuff, but people are getting on, living, you know, and yeah, there's different gangs and groups that are warring against each other. But it's kind of like Escape from New York, or like Children of Men. That's another vibe I got from it. Yeah, but this show has very little to do, well, other than the setting.
Yeah. The stuff you explained, none of that happened in the show.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when I was watching the show, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Because I didn't recognize any other than, I didn't even know that was Z, because she's like a side character. So they, at least, like I said, I only read like maybe 4 or 5 issues. So, and the reporter was the main character. She pops up and kind of shows them around, you know, because she's a doctor and shit, and she goes all over the place, you know, and kind of showing them the ropes, you know, showing them keep your head down for snipers and don't go here, don't go there, blah, 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 blah. At nighttime, you lay low. You know, she kind of shows them the ropes. So I didn't even know who she was until like episode 2. I was like, oh, that's Z?
Yeah, when they say her name. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. So watching this show, I didn't recognize much from the comic. And I felt like the show was very like crowded. Like there was so much crap going on, like so many characters that I had no idea who they were. So many different plot threads going on. And basically everything I wanted to know, they didn't show. Like I wanted to know how the world worked. You know what I mean?
They weren't really concerned with the world working. That was like secondary to them.
It basically became just another like crime gang war show. You know what I mean? And
it didn't really felt like that to me. It just felt like a Lifetime movie. I'm here to save my son type movie. It's just,
and she finds him in the second episode. And then that really does. So it's like where you think like, okay, this is what I'm going to give a shit about, her finding her son. Well, she finds him in the second episode. And then it turns into like this political, you know, crime war shit going on with characters I didn't really know I didn't know who they were. And I don't know. It was very convoluted, you know.
Yeah, it's not a must watch. That's why I didn't want to really spend too much time talking about this. But I will say that I did like Z as a protagonist. Well, first off, let's talk about Rosario Dawson. Me personally, I watch anything with Rosario Dawson. You just want to sell me something, put it in a movie. I mean, because like I said, people want to talk about Julia Roberts and Anne Hathaway's America's Sweetheart. No, Rosario Dawson is America's Sweetheart. So stick in the movie, I'm there. Benjamin Bratt didn't even know he was in this, so he's in it. I thought his role was pretty good. He was basically playing the tough guy where he always do in these movies. Those are the 2 people I recognize. Everybody else was just kind of like people just came here and go. But the movie was about Z finding her son and love, and also trying to conquer this world with love, where this world has been conquered with war, which is where her father, and that's why her son, with their son, spoiler alert, they have a son together. He's caught in between the world of love and war. Which way does he go? And that was the interesting point to me. But honestly, that's what it seemed like the show was preoccupied with. Everything else was background noise. And once that got resolved, the show ended. You know, they could have kept going. It was like, we don't really care about where that's going with this DMZ, you know.
No, it kind of left like all the, well, I know like the comic was written like post 9/11, so they had all those references, and it seemed like they were trying to update those themes to like now, you know, current events now. But yeah, I thought it was, I could see where it was going. I thought it was really predictable. I thought it was really corny at the end.
Right.
You know, even though I agree with everything they're saying, I'm just like, oh God, this is corny as hell. You know, you know, very Hallmark movie moments and shit. But yeah, I would have rather just watched Pennyworth, because that's what I was doing.
that's what we're gonna talk about. But all right, let's slap a score on it. I'm gonna slap a score on this. What would I rate Z, the TV show? Z? Honestly, It's not Z. Oh, that should tell you right there. I'm sorry. What was the name of the show again? The last city. The last what? Last
DMZ.
DMZ. That's what it is. Okay, sorry, but I completely forgot what the name of the show was. So because I can't remember the name of the show, I'm gonna drop it a point lower anyway. I'm gonna say 2.5 out of 5. I did like the family drama. That's me personally. I kind of like the family drama, but that was the only thing going for the show. And yeah,
I don't know if I was even into that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like romantic comedies, so I watched that shit.
With Ava, and you had Ernest Dickerson fucking directing like a bunch of episodes, or like most of them. I think she directed the first episode. I think Ernest Dickerson directed like the rest of them. So I think I was like expecting more.
Okay,
maybe that's my own damn fault.
Can I speak freely? I'm getting in trouble for this, but I'm gonna just say it. Okay. So this is Ava DuVernay's second DC project we've seen her on that she's been bragging about the whole time. This one wasn't that good, and the first one wasn't that good either. Like I said, you've been watching Naomi. She's been doing Naomi. That show was like watching paint dry. It's just so damn slow. Nothing happens on that show. It's like throw a punch, something. Anybody do something. Nothing happens. So I'm just like, this is like, I'm almost glad she didn't do New Gods. I know I'm wrong for saying that, but I felt like if this is what we're gonna get from New Gods, maybe that's gonna be it. So I don't know if she has any more DC properties down the pipeline, but I don't know, Eli. I wouldn't get excited if she was. She's not lighting the world on fire, like James Gunn was, with Peacemaker.
Yeah, and I think I was like, because I heard like vague rumblings, that she was doing a DMZ show or a DMZ movie or something with DMZ. I was like, oh, that could be cool, And then and then it came out of nowhere. Like the other day, the trailer dropped, and like, really, this is coming on like
nothing. It was just
like, this is gonna coming on like tomorrow, like. like I had no idea. I was like, I
thought it was gonna like drop like maybe once a week or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so we got the pilot. So let me watch this one episode. Oh, there's another episode. Oh, there's another episode. Yeah. Oh, there's another episode. Okay.
Yeah, I thought
they just drop the whole thing and just be done with it.
Yeah, I thought they're gonna drop 4 episodes and then there's gonna be like another 6, like a 10 episode season or something. But I guess it's only 4. So
that's it. They specifically said mini series. We're done. We're in and out. We're done.
Yeah. And I guess I just I was it wasn't that good. I was kind of, and maybe
I'm like you, Eli. I had a hard time like staying invested with the story. Like
because I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, and I asked you, hey, are we going to talk about this? Because if not, I ain't going to watch it. And then you said, no, I watched it. I'm like, okay.
I was bored, man. I was at home not doing anything, man. I was like, just throw this shit on.
Well, yeah. Then I watched it. Then I was bored. Yeah, because those 3 up like watching the 3 hour, and they're all like straight up hour long, not 40 minutes. No, an hour. These are
you got to sit through that shit just
hour
like
long. So like for 3 hours, I sat there like, okay.
So
I'll give it a 2. Yeah, I
don't blame you.
Sorry.
I don't blame you, Eli, because the more we talking about it, I'm thinking like, did I rate it too high?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I even put it on the list.
Honestly, if you never said anything about it, I would have not watched it and not thought twice about it. But I was like, fuck it, let's just talk about it. We did our due diligence. we talked about a comic show. There you go. We watched it, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
So that's what
we did our work.
We did it well for you. We suffered for you. All right,
that's what we do.
Yes, we do. All right, so let's talk about some shit that got certain people's titties in a twist. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about, what is this again?
Oh,
what are we talking about?
Oh, she's been Marvel twisting titties for years.
Yeah, but now people know about her, so now they're really getting the titties twisted. So So let's just talk about this Miss Marvel thing. So people are upset about Miss Marvel because I don't know why they just upset about Miss Marvel. Because I think we know, Eli. I think we know. Well, first let's talk about the trailers. Yeah, there's a bunch of things. But let's talk about trailer. What did we think about the trailer? Because that's what people, they don't want to talk about. They go to other YouTube sites and find out what they talk. What do we think about it? Now, the first thing that jumped out at me at the trailer was the soundtrack, the song that jumped out at me. I was like, damn, that's a cool ass 80s song. What is that? And I was like, wait, it's not an 80s song. That's The Weeknd. It came out last year. So, but it sounds like, it has an 80s feel to it,
That's the song that made me get into The Weeknd. I didn't know. I thought The Weeknd was like a mumble rapper until I heard that song. I was like, really? That's who The Weeknd ain't a mumble rapper? No
okay, so I'm gonna tell a story about The Weeknd. Okay, so I was riding around with a coworker one time. We were going to a job. Yes, the coworker was a white woman. Don't ask me why I was riding with a white woman. That's not the story. But the point is,
were you driving?
I was driving. So that means since I was driving, I control the radio station. So I'm playing the black radio station. She doesn't listen to the black radio station. So I'm playing, and a Weeknd song was on. Can't remember the name of the song, but it was a Weeknd song. She's like, what is this? I don't even know what this is. I'm like, it's The Weeknd. I'm like, is that the name of the song or the name of the group? I'm like, it's the name of a guy. Oh, I can't. Turn to something else. Where's Taylor Swift or some Katy Perry, some shit, So anyway, that's the whole point. So I like The Weeknd. Weeknd's a fan. But anyway, we're talking too much about The Weeknd when you talk about this actual trailer. The trailer was a thing. It may not be. I don't feel like I'm the target demographic. I don't know about you, Eli. I'm just saying me. But like I said, you know exactly what the show is going to be based on the trailer. It's about her going after cute boys, doing her homework, wanting to idolize the female Avengers and shit. It's all the shit that pisses off the usual crowd.
It's what it is. It's Spider-Man for girls. That's all it is.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly. Yeah. It feels like this is the first Disney show that Marvel has made. That's what it feels like. Like they really going into Disney. Yeah.
I mean, I read some of those. The first. What's her name with G. Willow Wilson, blah 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 blah, whatever her name is. G. Willow Wilson. That's her name, right? Who wrote it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I read some of those, and that's what I got at. Oh, this is just Spider-Man. She's a teenage girl juggling school, family, boys, and being a superhero, and all the problems therein. So it's the Spider-Man motif. Only it's a girl. And she's a Muslim, and she's, going to high school, and only instead of a Spider-Man, she becomes
a Marvel.
A Marvel. What's that Mist or whatever?
Oh, and I guess in Inhumans. Yeah, and that
she's in Inhumans. Yeah. She's not a mutant. She's the Mist. The what's it called? The Terrigen Mist. Is it the Terrigen? Yeah.
See, you didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You didn't watch Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was season 3 of that whole story. Yeah, but anyway. But I think Marvel is trying to go out of their way to just distance themselves from Inhumans altogether because of that fiasco. So they're
and
changing her origin. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons people are bitching. Like, that's not how she got her powers. She in the show, she's got some other way she gets her powers. It's not the Mist.
Yeah, I think some kind of band or something, so she's not gonna have stretchy powers. She's gonna have like Green Lantern type powers.
It's like a cosmic, some sort of cosmic power force.
Now, like I said, we don't theorize on this show, but if I were to theorize, like I said, since she is a Marvel, they're trying to connect it to the Captain Marvel universe, stuff like that. There is a thing that gives people powers from a band in the Marvel universe. It's like I said, it's the quantum bands, like from Quasar. Quasar. As a matter of fact, Captain Marvel used to have them. Captain Marvel, not Carol Danvers, Marvel. That's how he got his powers. He had the nigga bands, the quantum bands, like that, clapped them together. Boom, he's got quantum powers. So they may be tying her into that, because like I said, she's a Marvel that ties her into the other Marvels. I also think they changed around her stretchy powers for 2 reasons. One, because it's too much like Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. So they don't want to be like Mr. Fantastic
or whatever.
Right, in big and whatever like that. 2, I think it's more cost effective to have as just energy shit. Because we've seen Mr. Fantastic in these Marvel movies before. Not these, but like the Jessica Alba movies like that. We saw what the stretchy powers look like. So to take you right out of that shit. So if you just do like some blue mist or cosmic shit like that, it's easier to animate and cheaper to animate. Just do that shit.
Yeah.
It's a filter. Filter. Yeah. Nobody gonna say, oh, that looks fake. It's supposed to look fake, so it's cheaper for them.
Hey, got that shit on your phone now on TikTok.
Right. Just do a filter. And biggin. They're gonna have it. They're gonna come out with it. So basically, and people want to say Marvel got all the money in the world. They do, but they don't spend all the money on this shit. If they can cut corners, they will. So I feel like that's what they're doing with this. So
and then they're bitching because, that she's Muslim, she's
and a brown girl,
she's
and
not
a
white,
girl,
and she doesn't have any tits. She's like all the basement cavemen bitching about their bullshit and this is ruining, or it's not. Where's Danvers? Blah 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 blah. Like this. No, she's not Captain. She's Ms.
Right.
This isn't Captain Marvel.
That's the thing. You got people arguing about this shit that don't even.
Or if you're Cliff, where's Monica?
Right. Like people don't even know who we are. They just automatically just pissed. And that's my thing about this. Like, okay, yes, we get it. We got a 1,000 40-year-old YouTubers out there right now that are just sick to their stomach and pissed at a 15-year-old girl. For what reason? Now, if you don't like the show, we understand the show isn't for you. If you don't like cute boys, and homework and fan fiction, okay, skip the show. It's not for you. We don't need 20 videos a day telling us how shitty Miss Marvel is. Just like you're still making videos on Brie Larson. We don't need it. We understand it. Nerd rage is easy to monetize. We understand that. But come on, make another video. Do something else. Be original. I need my heroes to have boobs. Yeah.
You see that rack on Thanos? Holy shit.
Look at the ass on that.
Thor and his pecs. Damn.
Right. So that's the thing. So I get it that people don't like it, but and that's the thing. These YouTubers, they keep making all these videos bashing, Miss Marvel and all this stuff like that. I don't believe half the stuff they say they believe. They're just doing it because they're just monetizing nerd rage. That's all they're doing. They see some shit. They know if I make some clickbait shit where, this is how you make a shitty hero, and boom, people are going to get pissed off about it. You got people still aren't mad about it. Like, you got people, where's Carol Danvers? Where's Monica Rambeau? You got people arguing about where's Marvel. Marvel has been dead in the comics since the 70s. So why the hell are you complaining about Marvel now? Now, obviously, you don't even know who he is. You wiki that shit, and you're thinking like, we want the original Captain Marvel. Marvel don't even give a fuck about the original Captain Marvel. So, have we bitched enough about people bitching about Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
I think we have. Now, that being said,
I think it looks fun. I'll probably check it out.
That's the thing. I will watch the show. I'm gonna watch it. I'm paying for Disney Plus, so I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Yeah, it can't be worse than Naomi.
It cannot be worse than Naomi. I'm sorry. No matter what they do, they couldn't try. And I hate to do it. I hate to bash Naomi because like I said, we got 6 superheroes, man. We got 6 black superheroes. So when one of them suck, it kind of hurts, man. But it is what it is. You got to call it sometimes.
And I'm pushing, because like I said, it auto plays after Superman. And I'm watching Superman and Lois, and then Naomi will just play, and I'm like, okay. Sure. And it's just odd. And then I start going on my phone and,
you might as well just there.
Yeah. It's just like, like I said, there's only so much. I'm already watching Riverdale. There's only so much fluff I can take. And maybe who knows? I mean, even though Ms. Marvel looks a little fluffy, it looks like a fun type of fluff that I can get into,
I mean, well, it's not gonna hurt you or kill you to watch it. Yeah. I mean, if you're watching, just like it. And then it'll be fun to review it. If it sucks, you will come watch this podcast and we'll shit on it. So no matter what happens, we'll get some kind of use from it. That being said, now that we talked about a superhero show that everybody's bitching about, can we talk about a comic book show that I love? And I don't know how you feel
that
about
nobody else is watching.
That nobody else is watching.
Well, I heard about it a couple years ago, but I didn't have whatever channel it was on. Now it's on HBO. I finally got a chance to see it.
Well, let's tell people what we're talking about.
I haven't watched it all. I only got about 5 episodes in because I started watching DMZ.
Oh, my bad. You should have watched a good show. Anyway, the show we're talking about is Pennyworth. Now let's back it up to what we're talking about. Everybody knows who Pennyworth is. If you're a listener of this podcast, of course, Pennyworth, Alfred Pennyworth, Batman's butler, bodyguard, nanny, whatever you want to call him, guy in the chair. This show is about him, but it's him in his 20s. It's a prequel show. And honestly, Eli, what I thought what this show was going to be about, this show is nothing what I thought it was going to be. Hold on, let me see what we got. Let's think of people raising up Origin not being comic accurate. Ignore the fact that Hulk in MCU was based on the 80s show, No Gamma Bomb. True. Even though they never really said about Hulk, or even Thanos. Like in the comics, he was simping for some goth chick. Nobody's bitching about that. So, but they just bitch about just one thing, basically John Wick. Not really. That's the thing.
Equalizer.
That's the thing. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. So you go and you thinking is going to be that. You think it's going to be just a bunch of James Bond tropes, stuff like that, and then just slap it and just call it a day. But it's not really that. First off, let's say it's more like it's like a Guy Ritchie crime drama, if it's anything like that, from what I got from it so far.
Yeah,
even though it's got those
even
though it's got those James Bond
tropes
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, because the way they play Alfred in the show, like he's not like upper class, No, he's like a thug. He's like a goon.
He's like street level. Like at first,
he's like street level.
Yeah, he's doing like street level thug shit. Working with the other gangs in whatever city he's in. Is he in? Is that like London?
It's London, but they said they made it like a hyper DC London.
Yeah, it's got this alternate dystopian future. Like I was getting even like Clockwork Orange vibe.
They said they were trying to go for like a V for Vendetta vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of like that,
So I mean, I wouldn't say it was straight up James Bond. I mean, I think
it's not. Yeah,
it's starting to go where like the political intrigue is starting to start. At least where I'm at, I'm about halfway through the first season. It's starting to go there, but these first few episodes, he's just doing like street level shit.
Right. I mean, like I said, the shit that's going on is it gets more and more involved into it because the more he gets into it, the more he gets involved in political shit, even though he doesn't give a shit about the political shit. He's just caught up into it because he either got to make money or he got into some bullshit. Or he's doing a favor for somebody or he got in his ass. So it's like nothing to do with this, with the like the political structure of England. He doesn't care. He's just there. He's just trying to get his feet on the ground. Now, first off, who Alfred is, they basically explain who Alfred is in this show. Like I said, he was a ex-SAS soldier. Now, this actually came from Michael Caine. Michael Caine told them, the way I play Alfred in the Dark Knight movies, he was an ex-SAS soldier. So like, okay, so if we do nothing else with Alfred, make him that. So Alfred is not like a spy, a MI6 agent. No, he had the ex-SAS and he's just like an assassin for hire. That is it. And he don't care who pays him. You're like, if you pay me, I'll take it if I want to. Eli, man, I want to tell you so bad, but I'm going to let you wait.
Well, I just watched episode 5 where he blew one? Where he blew that
I was like,
off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, his head, and then his jaw is still attached.
Like you see the jaw right there?
Holy shit. Yeah, so, I mean, in a way, it's kind of like John Wick as for the violence.
Right, because it's HBO, so they go there,
Yeah, it's like really brutal, gory violence. Yeah, heads getting blown off. There's like public executions and shit going on.
Right, on
like
TV.
televised public executions and shit. It's really violent. Like I was really like surprised how brutal the show is.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I was expecting some shit like Gotham, where but no, they really like put some time into this show. It felt like the characters flesh out. The Waynes are on the show, but they haven't met yet.
And
Thomas
I'm like watching Thomas and Martha like act together, and I'm like, what the fuck did she ever see in this guy?
But that's the thing. Okay, so you've gone far enough. She was in the Alfred.
Yeah, she was like hooked up.
Right. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So that's why when I'm watching,
Alfred's got that big dick energy. He's like going around like slapping the shit out of everybody, and she's like sitting there like panty soaking and shit.
Like it was like Thomas who?
Yeah, here comes Thomas Wayne, pencil neck geek and shit.
Like she doesn't even know he's in the room, not even thinking about Thomas. She just on Alfred the whole time. That's why I was laughing. I'm watching the Batman and Batman, Bruce looking at Alfred. You're not my father. That's why Alfred in back of my head like if you only knew. Like I could have been. I might even be,
But yeah, that's the thing, is like you're watching like this show, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, this is like connects to Batman. Like, oh yeah, and then,
you'll forget it has anything to do with Batman because it's just a good show. It's just like a crime drama. Like I just never, I need a good crime drama, spy thriller type show, and it gives you that, and it happens to be tied to Batman.
And it's brutal. It's violent. There's swearing. There's sex. There's nudity. It's like rated R, like
and it's super British. That's the thing about the show. Is like super British. Like if you don't know what fancy a cuppa means, like turn on subtitles.
I mean, I was about to say, I might have to turn on subtitles sometimes because
they go super British on this show. Yeah,
a lot, mate. Like what the fuck?
They do not care. They just go for it. Yeah. I do want to say this now. The guy playing Alfred, I'm trying to see if I can pull up a picture of Alfred. what he looks like. Oh, another thing. Okay, so that's what Alfred looks like on the show. Like I said, he's in his young 20s, stuff like that. Now, the way he said he was playing it like a young Michael Caine. He said, I just watch all Michael Caine footage. And if you hear his voice inflection, he's talking like Michael Caine, like he's trying to sound exactly like Michael Caine. Matter of fact, on the show, they call him Alfie. Alfie was an old Michael Caine movie from the 60s. Okay. So they like really lean into that shit. So I'm like, damn, okay. Man, they were going there. So, like I said, we're not recommending DMZ. We're recommending Pennyworth. Get caught up because HBO Max already said they're debuting season 3 at the end of the, like before the year is out, and it'll be on this show, and it's going to be a 5-year time jump from season 2.
Okay.
So I'll be honest with you, like me personally, I didn't think season 2 was as good as season 1, but season 2 was cool. You know, season 2 feel like, oh, this is a Batman show. We need to put some more Batman shit in here. So you're gonna see more Batman shit popping up, some characters popping up, like, oh yeah, he's there. But the first show just like, oh, we just gonna do a crime drama, you know. So yeah, so it's
here's baby Harvey Dent.
yeah, shit like that. You're like, oh, really? You putting that person in here? Oh, okay, might as well.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. I was like, this is way exceeded my expectations. I didn't think it was gonna be this good, and I'd be this into it.
Yeah, it gets better. I'm gonna tell you that at the end, like towards the last episode, they put a hit out on Thomas and Martha Wayne where he almost had to complete. So I was like, what the fuck? Because he doesn't know they're there. So when he like, okay, you got to take them out after they do so to say, he puts a sniper rifle on. He's like, oh shit, it's them. And he thinks about it. That's the thing about it. Like he doesn't just say like my friends can't do it. He like, well, you know. So I'm like, damn. So yeah, I'm loving this show, man. It's like the best kept secret. Everybody watch Pennyworth. That's the show we recommend. Yeah. Let's go to something fun. Let's talk about something fun. Is this fun? Yeah, this is fun. I'll have fun with it. Okay, so we're going to talk about some casting news. We don't talk about cast news all the time on here. We'll talk about cast news here. So they got this new Madam Web movie coming out, which we didn't talk about. But yeah, Madam Web is coming out. And Sydney Sweeney is playing, we don't know. She's just in the movie. She's playing a role in the movie. We don't know who she's playing.
I don't even know who that is. But okay.
You don't know Sydney Sweeney? Okay, so Sydney Sweeney, new upcoming actor. She, I'll tell you this, Eli. If you do decide to Google her, and anybody else listening decide to Google Sydney Sweeney, make sure safe search on Google is on. I don't want you to get in trouble. You know, Eli, she's almost like the Shannon Tweed of her era.
Oh, okay.
Only people our age will get that reference. I'm not going to go further than that. I'm just saying, you Google her, you're going to get a lot of that. That's all I'm saying. You know. So people are saying,
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I'm just trying to protect your computer. You know, don't get mad at me. You get your virus. You know. Yeah, like I said, people are suspecting maybe she's playing Black Cat. You know, maybe. You know. So we'll see.
Could be.
That's it. Look, I just wanted to just show pictures of Sydney Sweeney. That's all. That's all I want to do this for. I wanted to help the algorithm, you know.
Dakota Johnson is playing Madam Web?
Yes, that's the weird shit about it. Like, why? Because Madam Web's supposed to be like old as fuck, and we got Dakota Johnson playing it, so I don't know.
She gonna be like a dominatrix or some shit?
Probably some shit.
I'm gonna tie you up in my web. You know.
I'll buy that for $1. Her and Sydney Sweeney in the same movie together? Shit, okay, yeah. 3 times. Bam, bam. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Oh damn, I didn't do it, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Vidja Gang section. We're gonna talk about the Vidja Gang section real quick, something real quick. Eli, they are making a Tekken movie. A Tekken anime for Netflix. So see if I can show real quick without getting flagged.
They made Tekken before, like anime shows right before, I'm sure. Right?
It did. It kind of sucked, you know. That's what it looked like. Now my thing is this, Eli. Why does the animation nowadays suck in everything? Like, if this what we expect to get, is this what I'm paying my money for? You know, what happened to the good shit? You know, the shit that got your blood pumping. You know, that is had this just lazy ass shit on Netflix. You know, that's why we're not the anime bullies, because they don't give us the good shit anymore. They just show just some bullshit. You know, so I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna say no, anime is good. You got to watch GGGG Hakusho the third. It's great. It gets good after the 125th episode. Then I don't get time for all that shit, man. You know. Anyway, let's get back to the comics. What are we talking about? Like I said, this comic bullies, where we talk about the comic books. I'm just going to jump into it. And Eli, I'm trying to think, who had more books, me or you?
Probably you. I only read more because of you.
Okay, I tell you what. I'm gonna let you go first, and I go next because I need to mentally prepare myself for this book. Wait,
Okay.
did you read World's Finest?
I did read World's Finest.
Okay, you can help me out on it, but I'm gonna let you go first, and we'll
Well, I
bounce
guess
back.
I'll go with and it was such a light week. I was not into anything. Like there was
Right,
nothing I really other than Nightwing. I didn't care. I was like, I didn't feel like, yeah. I had a hard time, like so I just started buying shit just cause. And like I saw this cover, Catwoman number 41.
right.
And I'm like, hey, I'll buy that for $1 or $4.
Right. And
So,
Onyx, honestly, you see, you bought it for Catwoman. I bought it for Onyx.
yeah.
Because
Well, like, hey, I'm sure them. I was hoping they were gonna hook up, but all they did was flirt and shit.
yeah, it's a family book, it's a kid's book, But honestly, I need to do more work on Onyx because, like I said, we were doing like the Black Hero stuff like that. I almost added Onyx as one of the heroes, or villains, for the list, but maybe next year,
Now I have no idea. I haven't read a Catwoman book in like years, so I have no idea what's going on in this book. Like I said, I only bought this for the cover, and but basically there's mob shit going on. One of Catwoman's friends got murdered by the mob, so she got some other hitmen to go after them.
I think she was a stripper or something, yeah.
Yeah, to go after them, and then she didn't like. But then the guy, what was the one? The cannibal guy was going to eat him or something.
Yeah, Flamingo. Yeah,
Flamingo is going to eat him, and then she's like, "I don't want you working for you anymore." And then there's some shit about the mob and the mob boss's son, who's gay, that he's trying to keep secret. And then Onyx shows up, and they just kind of go around and patrol Gotham for a while, and then that's about it. I don't really, yeah. And then there's mob shit happening. Yakuza's involved.
Black Mass, yeah.
Yeah, Black Mass is involved.
They put a hit out on Catwoman because she's like screwing up their business and stuff.
Yeah, and was it an Irish guy too? Some boxer gang or whatever? I forget. I don't
Yeah. Because the boxers were like throwing fights.
Something Sullivan, the Sullivan gang or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so Onyx and Catwoman break their hands. And,
yeah. I mean, it seems like interesting. It's just I have no idea. I haven't read. I feel like I should. I've probably read whatever's going on leading up to this arc. It seems like it's interesting, so I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It seems like a cool gang war shit with Catwoman.
Yeah.
But it loses a point because Onyx and Catwoman didn't make out. So
they did flirt. I mean, but they didn't like visibly flirt. All Catwoman just said, she reminds me so much of Batman. Her strong opinions, her strong arms. I guess I have a type, So that was cute, but yeah.
Or when they're talking about Batman, or like, oh, he loves, I think, well, Batman just loves Gotham, and she's going, no, Batman just wants to fuck Gotham. Oh, it was funny.
Yeah, so it was cool, like I said, Onyx is cool. She's a League of Assassins supervillain or whatever like that, turned hero, whatever. Does a bunch of stuff. So, all right, so I guess it's on me. All right. This is going to take me a minute. This is going to take me a while. So gather around, kids. All right, we're going to do Batman, Superman, World's Finest, #1. This was like a double-sized book. That's why it's going to take me so long. And basically, this is just like an old school Silver Age, Batman book. They're not trying to, make it all dark and gritty and embrace the darkness. This is some old campy 70s shit made by, Mark Waid of today, so. Let's see if I can get in there. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Hey, did it work? I think it worked. It did work. Cool. Okay. So we got the page up there. So let's just start off what the book is about. So we're in Metropolis, and basically Metropolis, it's they said not too distant past, so some shit that happened a while ago. It's getting overran by foliage and grass, stuff like that. So they already know if it's a grass monster attacking, Poison Ivy is doing some bullshit. Poison Ivy is sprinkling shit on the ground, destroying shit. She's like,
I was hoping it was
this.
Gonna be Swamp Thing, but no.
That would be cool, But she's got some of the green in her also, so they tied her to Swamp Thing. So she, she looks and says, finally, we were told you were going to be here. Finally, we draw you out, super Batman, and then Robin, he does that all through the book. He's like, hey, I'm here too, So then Batman and Poison Ivy, tie him up, and then Superman shows up, like, you're out of your league. So then while they're getting ready, so like, should we flip a coin? Who's going to take the end? Like, they better take him in, Superman, because you're going to be busy. It turns out it's Metallo, So they were like, and then Batman, like, we were told, okay, he caught on already. Batman already figured out somebody is pulling their strings. Somebody sent them here. They're not, they got a boss. So just the fact that Metallo's here, Superman's already getting weaker. He was like, oh yeah, don't worry, we'll take out Poison Ivy. She's like, oh, will you now? Okay. And she does her shit, does her monster shit, grabs them all. Batman reaches an utility belt and throws out like some bombs of insecticide or weed killer, some shit like that. And when she does that, like, Poison Ivy can feel it. If you can destroy what I love, I'm gonna kill what you love. And then she like throws Robin over the bridge, Daily Planet building. We don't know which Robin this is to begin with, but they never even bother saying, but it doesn't even really matter. So Batman does his shit, dives after him. I love the art on this one also. Like, he grabs hold the Daily Planet. And then we get back to Metallo. Metallo, like, I could kill you, but I need this to live. So instead, I'm going to use this. And he pulls out red kryptonite. Now, red kryptonite has some kind of weird ass effects on Superman. They don't know really what's going to do. So he was like, so the Batman catches him. He's like, is it bat rope? No, bat bungee. He like, get ready, because he's going to throw Robin back up the stage. So he's like, since they call me the man of kryptonite, now you're the man with a kryptonite heart. So now he's got red kryptonite in his bloodstream. And I think they only added Robin just to do the flip thing. Just because you can't really do it with Batman, but it's cool.
It's probably Dick then.
It's got to be Dick. Yeah, that's the thing about the Robins. Like, you can tell which Robin by their personalities. Like, only Robin, Dick's gonna do all this flippy shit. Now, as far as Batman, does he hit women? Yes, because he gave Poison Ivy the sweet chin music. He will beat a bitch.
I won't slap a woman, but I'll kick her.
Equal opportunity. Batman is equal rights. Anyway, Robin takes out Metallo with his pole and stuff like that. Meanwhile, some other dude, excellent. So the dude that Batman thinks is pulling the strings is there. Superman's freaking the fuck out. While that guy's talking, he's casting a shadow with horns, and the shadow with horns is talking. So going back in time, we got it. I guess like one of the early times when Batman and Superman first met. It was like, it's Penguin and basically kidnapped Robin. So they got to go rescue Robin. So Robin is just like, aren't you supposed to be like an arms dealer or some shit like that? He's like, yeah, but I can't make money in Gotham like that. But I talked to Lex Luthor. He hooked me up with these guys who'll pay for anything. And that's those guys, those Thunderians from Crisis on Infinite Earth. I remember those guys. They were easy, disposable henchmen, stuff like that. Penguin sees Batman. He like, Thunderians, kill Batman. So they strike him with lightning, boom. And it's Superman. He like, yeah, they tickle. Did I give you enough time? Meanwhile, Batman was down there rescuing Robin, who no longer has pants now. So yeah, I'm thinking it's Dick. Yeah, then Penguin was like, die, Batman. And Robin goes, and Robin, you remember I'm still here. He fights the Thunderians. The Thunderians just start blowing up everything. Superman is busy, making sure the building doesn't fall. And that's pretty much it. That's part of that story. And basically Superman and Batman, like, okay, we getting to know each other. But you seem to be a cool guy. We'll work later on today, and they shake hands. Meanwhile, back now, Poison Ivy still. Oh, skip all this shit because they just recapping. Yeah, Superman's freaking out, and basically Robin's just like, we need to call somebody that knows how to deal with people that transmutate into other shit. And Batman's like, you know what? I know somebody. Batman, a bat computer, patch me into, and then Superman flies off. He's like, Robin, go get him. Like, what the fuck you mean go get him? I can't fly. So Robin does hang on something. He sees Superman takes out a helicopter. Robin grabs on the helicopter, catches that guy, swings him over. And Superman's still getting messed up. And he's still transmutating everything. And that's when the Doom Patrol shows up. So we got the Doom Patrol here. Like I said, that's who Batman called. He was like, hey, we need people to deal with transmutation. They're the best at it because they're our version of the X-Men. So yeah, why not? So right when they get ready to capture Superman, Superman thinks that the Doom Patrol are Zod and those other Kryptonians that he fought Superman too. So he fights the Doom Patrol like they're Zod and his army. Smashes the shit out of them and stuff like that. Gets rid of them, smashes them, and while they getting their ass kicked, Batman's just like, you know what, Negative Man, I got a plan. and he talks to him, whispering in his ear. He like, on my word, do what I do, but until then, everybody stay back. I'm gonna handle Superman by myself. They're like, wait, what? Is he fucking crazy? And Superman thinks that Batman is Lex Luthor, so he's like coming in with everything he's got. And the Doom Patrol looking like, is he fucking crazy? Like, and Barbara's like, don't worry, he's got a plan.
He's Batman.
Like he's got it because he's Batman. Of course, he's got a plan. Don't worry about that. So Batman is doing his thing. He knows that Superman's not going to kill him because Superman is fighting off the mind control. He's like, look, Clark, I'm Bruce. We know each other. Lex Luthor doesn't know who you are. Fight the mind control. You can get through this. And he's like, okay. So, but he's still like transmutating down and shit like that. So what happens? Why before he gets too crazy, that's when Negative Man comes over there, and Negative Man turns into the Red Sun, which depowers Superman. Even though he's still freaking out shit like that, he depowers him. So at least they got Superman contained. So while he's contained, they go to the Calder Mansion, which is the Doom Patrol mansion where Chief lives, in Midway City. They got Superman. He's still like mutating shit like that, but at least he's under control, underpowered. So they go into the next room and they see, and Negative Man think he knows where that thing came from. So he think he knows who the big bad is. So they go back there and meet the Chief, Niles Cauldron, and he's got all these kryptonite, scalpels and shit like that because he about
surgical tools.
Yeah, surgical tools to do some shit on Superman. And Robin's just like, are you out of your mind? Because Dick never talks to Batman like that, but he like, this is fucking crazy, So yeah, next issue, Superman in surgery. So that is a book. Like I said, this is pretty much every Superman, Batman team up book that have been. They pretty much just throw the kitchen sink at you. It's not trying to be extra dark and anything like that. It's not even in continuity. This is like it's pretty much like a throwaway book. You know what, Eli? This is a cheeseburger, but sometimes cheeseburgers okay.
Yeah.
Every now and then, you want something familiar. This was familiar.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Old school superhero shit. Robin being cheesy Robin, being that precocious teenage kid that we like to see when we were kids. We like to see kids talking shit and running alongside all the heroes. That's what they're for. That's what the sidekicks are for.
Right. Robin's just there, joking with the bad guys and stuff.
All these Batman haters. Oh, Batman endangers lives of children by getting all these sidekicks and all that shit. It's like, that's what they were there for. Because kids were reading comics. Is like, you know what kids would like? What if they could tag along with Batman? Let's give them a kid to tag along with Batman.
Right.
And so they can help out on the
adventure. Right. Help out on the adventure and basically just say how awesome Batman is. So that's all they're there for.
That's all it is, 40 years ago. Or no, way longer than that. Damn. I'm 40. 80 years ago, whatever it was.
Right. But my thing is, it's okay for Batman to be fun, to be campy. It's okay. Like, he didn't have to embrace the darkness all the time.
You know what I noticed too sometimes? Like, a lot of times whenever Batman and Superman are in the same book, Superman always gets his ass kicked.
I mean, he has to, kind of.
And Batman's always safe.
Right. But at the same time, I see what they were trying to do in this book also. I think they were telling 3 different stories because they want to show you a story where Batman and Superman were best friends, where Batman and Superman kind of met each other but don't know each other, and where Batman and Superman fight each other. So Mark Waid was trying to run the gambit in this book. I think that's what he was trying to do, So
no, Gabe, you should have. That's all we needed was the holy lines from Robin.
I think that would have been jumping the shark, and I think that would have just been a little bit too far right there, So I think he thought about it, but he
holy finger paints, Batman, or
but it read like that, like if he said it, it wouldn't have been out of place,
Yeah.
So like I said, fun book. DC was like really promoting the hell out of this book. They even did like a trailer, Yeah. Anytime you go to Amazon Kindle, it's like the first thing on the page,
Yeah, and like even the Penguin, like we just saw this like gritty, realistic mafia version, like Michael Corleone version of Penguin. And then in this book, here he's got the gun umbrellas. He's lowering Robin into a vat of acid. He's got robot soldiers, like
right, like the goofy shit you expect. And Robin even acts like, man, don't you like run guns and shit? Like, why are you doing this shit?
Yeah. So I can see a bunch of people who were born before 1970, like, this ain't my Penguin.
Right.
You know, my penguin goes. Wah, 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 wah.
And he was doing it in the book. Like you could read the you read the subtext. They like wah wah. I'm coming to kill you, Batman. I was like, okay, so they was really going there with that. So yeah, sometimes look, it's okay to have these books every now and then, man. Everything they have to be dark and gritty and depressing. Yeah, fun sometimes.
Yeah,
it's a goddamn comic book. Why not? Shit.
It was fun.
So, yeah. All right. So what you got next?
Oh, well, I'll do Nightwing.
Okay.
I'll do Nightwing. Nightwing number 90. Team up with Wally. Him and Wally team up. So they're going on. So Blockheads put out a hit on Dick Grayson, not Nightwing. Dick Grayson.
Wait, Black Mask.
Yeah. Like he put out a hit on him. Like Dick Grayson needs to die, and they end up blowing up his whole entire building to get to him. Even though, but then the mayor, the one who's like the daughter of Blockhead, it turns out that that whole it's his half sister and all that. She relays a word like, "Yo, you got to get out of that building. They're sending in a drone to blow up your whole building because they want you dead." And he's like, "Oh shit." So then he gets up and he tries to save everybody. He's like trying to evacuate the whole building. He gets everybody out except like one dude who didn't have his hearing aid in and didn't hear the fire alarm. So he narrowly, just in time, saves him. But then Wally hears about it. Like, hey, they just put a hit out on Robin and his building blew up. And right away, Wally runs over to Bloodhaven and saves Dick, and then it brings Dick back to his house. He's like, "Yeah, man, you're not safe. If they're looking for Dick Grayson, there's nowhere you can go. So you might as well just chill here and because to get some rest and chill." So he does, and then meanwhile, Blockhead's figuring out that how did Nightwing escape or Dick escape? There's only one way. Someone had to have tipped him off. Now, either there's a leak in our info, or there's a mole, somebody, or there's a rat inside, like feeding him, tipping him off, and that's kind of where it ends. Right? Is that where it ended?
I didn't read it.
I'm trying to.
I read everything but the.
The navigation. Let's see. What did it end on? Yeah. That's about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then there's like KG Beast and them. They kidnap Barbara. And
she's gonna be the next book. Yeah.
Yeah. They kidnap Barbara, and Flash and Dick basically go get her. They're going after her. So that's like that's the next issue. So Flash and Nightwing are teaming up to go save Barbara for the next issue.
Cool. I feel like Tom Taylor is like building towards issue 100. Like 100 gonna be like nuts when it comes.
Oh yeah. We got about another year. Yeah. So yeah, this is another fun Nightwing book by Tom Taylor. So yeah, 4 out of 5. Digging it.
Ain't wrong with you. Let's see. I'm gonna need you to call him. Yeah, I honestly, I was gonna leave it alone, Gabe. I was gonna let him go. Yeah, you didn't call him Blockbuster. Did you say Blackbuster? I can't read that. Anyway,
Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because you could call him Blockhead, but I was like, you know what? I was gonna let you make it, but it's fine.
What's his name? It's not Blockbuster. What's his name?
It was Blockbuster, but you kept calling him Blockhead.
Oh.
Yeah, you called him Blockhead like the whole. Yeah, you called him Blockhead the whole time. I just let it go. I wouldn't even go say anything.
Is that from Spider-Man? Who's Blockhead from?
No, because that's Hammerhead.
That's him.
Yeah, you just made up a guy. You just combined both of them together.
Blockhead, Hammerhead. That's Charlie Brown.
You all look alike to me. All right. So, last book I'm gonna do. Which book I'm gonna do? Okay, we're gonna do no, not that one. Avengers book. We're gonna do Avengers. What is this? 54. Avengers 54. I think.
Yeah. I read this too because you read it.
Did you? Okay. Whatever. I was just like, we need something else to fill the time, so we'll go with that. I'm kind of in and out of this story to kind of know what's going on, but I think I know enough to be dangerous to review this book. So whatever I miss, you help me out. So yeah.
I ain't gonna know shit. So I barely knew what was going on.
All right, so what we got going on? Okay, so we got the Avengers flying the Quinjet. Basically, the Avengers Mountain just got attacked. So the Avengers are flying back to the Avengers Mountain to see what the hell is going on. Star Baby is no longer a baby. Star Baby is now Star teenager or woman or whatever. I guess and Deathlock is just like, I appreciate you, Vince, for saving me. If anything happens, let me know. Don't worry. When the final fight comes, I will be there right with you. Give me everything on the line. And bam, just blasting his chest. So Deathlock's dead. And what killed him? Apparently some Hellmonier. Not only did it kill Deathlock, it like tore apart the Quinjet also. So
it's
the Quinjet
it's Dark Thor or whatever.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix Thor. So yeah, it goes to him. And it's Dark Phoenix Thor. He's got like this evil typhoon while the Quinjet is falling. And real Thor shows up. He like, I'm gonna beat your ass. You are not the real Thor. You're nothing like me, and they fight, and then you got the Darkest Phoenix. I don't know what they're calling her, but she's a Dark Phoenix, but not the Dark Phoenix, And she's just like, that's my boy. Sweet boy, will you kill this fake Thor for me?
Oh,
She's
is
like,
that supposed to be his mom? What
yes. Well, not his mom, but she's this Thor's mom. The evil Thor's mom, because this Thor is a Dark Phoenix. Yeah. She's like, yes, mother, I will kill this Thor for you. And then they go to work, and right before then, you get the chain pop up, and then she gets blasted, and it is Echo, and she's holding the evil Monier. Because I guess you don't have to be worthy for that. I guess you just hold it. She was like, look, Thor, we got a team, because Thor don't want anything to do with Echo, because Echo is a Phoenix, and he doesn't want to do anything to do with any Phoenix. She was like, we got to team up, otherwise they're gonna kill us. So then they both throw their Moniers, and they go to work. While we got at the Avengers Mansion, you got Namor holding up one side of the Avengers Mountain, and T'Challa holding up the other side of Avengers Mountain, because he has maxed out his shield, makes him power, so makes him just as strong as Namor. While they're doing that, Jane Foster, who is Valkyrie in this book, finds the last Deathlock left, and he is all kind of fucked up shape. He's almost on his way out. So Jane's like, y'all got to hold up Avengers Mountain so I can perform surgery on this guy to keep him alive. They're like, well, while that's going on, Thor, I'm gonna just blast through this. His lightning doesn't work on Dark Phoenix Thor, and Dark Phoenix Thor just beating the shit out of him. Echo's trying to tell him the only thing that works on Phoenix Thor is Phoenix powers. And she was like, yeah, so let me stop you. So Darkest Phoenix stopped Echo and gets him. And that's when Echo's like, look, you got to unleash your Phoenix power, Thor. You got to embrace the Firebird. You got to embrace the fire. Otherwise, he's going to beat your ass, So then he's blasting him and just beating his ass. And right before he beats his ass too much, that's when Thor goes Super Saiyan or some shit. That's when the firepower kicks in, And then there's like, there you go, son of the Thunderbird, god of the firestorm. So now Thor has fire powers. He has Phoenix power. So it's Dark Phoenix Thor. Well, Phoenix Thor, And it blasts a hole through Dark Phoenix Thor. So kills that guy. And you're like, mother, why have you forsaken me? He was like, I didn't give a shit about you anyway. I'm gone. This is boring. It's like, the only reason, how do you think you think you won, Echo? How do you think I corrupted Thor in the first place? And she was like, and that's when Thor is just like, I can't control this Phoenix power I got now. She's like, what am I? She's like, you know what you are. You've been what you've always been. Well, you know what you are, woman? You're an Avenger. Try to keep up, All right, so all the Avengers headed to Avengers Mountain. Meanwhile, now this is shit I didn't really know what was going on, but apparently this is the doom above all, because they got the multiverse Masters of Evil and Kid Thanos. So this shit, and you got a demon dog Mephisto, and they're basically, I'm not gonna get into all this shit. Basically, they're at war with each other, and they're fighting over the Watcher's eye, because I think the Watcher is dead now, or not. I don't know.
Again,
anyway. I think, or I don't know. I thought they brought him back, but I guess they didn't bring him back. But anyway, they ate his eye or something. Doom ate some of it, and the demon dog Mephisto ate the rest of it. And he went back to the rest of the Masters of Evil to complain on how to conquer the world and shit, whatever like that. Going to the end, yeah. So the Avengers finally show up, and apparently something happened to Ghost Rider. I don't know what happened to Ghost Rider, but he left or some shit. And yeah, that's in the story. That's it.
That's about like, okay, I don't know what happened, but okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then Namor joins the Avengers. Oh yeah. This part's kind of cool. Namor was like, you know what? I'm about to leave. you Avengers, y'all. He like Captain America, like, nah, you're not going fucking anywhere for what you did, because he did some shit like in the earlier books, like that tried to destroy them. He was like, you're gonna stick around till I tell you to leave, and if you leave, I will bring your ass into custody myself. Don't think I won't anymore. And then was just like, well, damn, Steve. And he looked at the child like, well, I thought you were going to be the one that gonna be pissed off me. You know, like, no, I hate you worse than anybody here. You know, so if you get in trouble, I'm gonna help Steve catch you. You know, I guess that's it. Yeah, what else happens?
Well, they need to put. Well, his body's fucked up. The Deathlock's body's fucked up.
Yeah.
So they're talking about he needs another body, and then the last panel is like
it's him. Avengers, like the Celestial. That's the
Celestial or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the Deathlock is going to take over the Celestial or some shit. I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
Like I said, that part I wasn't too hazy on that, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But sure, why not?
Yeah.
Fun, easy breezy book. Just Jason there, just doing more crazy shit, just like whatever comes to his mind, he's doing it. I got 3.5 out of 5. It was a fun read. I know enough about the book to know what's going on. So yeah. Eli, how do you feel about the direction you're taking with Echo, making her like Thor's mentor?
Well, she's finally kicking ass. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, she's kicking ass. I mean, she did. She kicked ass last time with Wolverine claws, Phoenix claws, and this one, she's like wielding Mjolnir. So
yeah,
that's some cool shit.
Cool.
Yeah. Are we booked out?
I am. Yeah.
I'm booked out also. Like I said, that World's Finest, I knew it was gonna take a lot of episodes. Like, let me just go ahead and get that knocked out. So yeah.
Yeah, Nightwing was like the only, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that, and then I was like, damn, I don't know what else to read. Like I came really close to buying that Carnage, but then I'm like, $5.
I read the preview of the Carnage. I was like, nah.
Yeah, and I'm like, do I really give a shit? I don't really give a shit about Carnage, so I'm like,
right. They're just doing something with Carnage, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if you listen to this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. I'm going to talk about Halo next week because I know that drops. So I had to get a Paramount Plus subscription.
Paramount? Is that on Paramount?
It's on Paramount. Yeah.
I just got I had it for a while, but I got rid of it.
Oh, I heard Scream is on Paramount Plus also.
Well, there you go. You can watch Scream.
I can watch Scream. So yeah, I'll be caught up. I might give a review on it, you know, where the good, where the suck. I've been trying to avoid everything, so I really don't know what happens in that movie. Let's see. We did. Well, I did, but we didn't review it because something. Batman came out. Batman came out that week.
Yeah, we didn't do any comics that week. Yeah,
we didn't do any week. I was just like, look, what's gonna get more hits with the algorithm, Batman or Static? Let's just do Batman. So, but no, actually, it was pretty awesome. I might even double back and may do Static later on down the road. But yeah,
well, if we want clicks, Pete Davidson.
Kanye West, I guess. Whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't even give a shit what they're doing, man. Just a bunch of rich assholes just doing shit. Who cares? If you listen to this long, different, like, share, subscribe. We will come back with another episode this week. We will have, like I said, I will do Halo. I might review Scream. I think something else will be happening. Oh, yeah, Eli. We do have something.
Morbius?
Moon Knight.
Oh shit! Well, yeah, you'll be watching that.
I'll be watching that. I will do a thorough no review, just like you was trying to do with DMZ. I'm gonna do that with Moon Knight. So
awesome.
Issue 13 in 1982 with Bill Sienkiewicz run. You know, all this shit. You know, I'm not even a Moon Knight fan like that. I'm just gonna do some shit. I'll probably talk about Halo more than anything else. But yeah. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same